Merry Christmas, everyone. It is December 23rd, and this is Mary Connolly, and we're going to go over Ted Bundy's newspaper route. I listened to these tapes, so I said, okay. He went in the back roads and the byways as 12 to 14-year-old boys do, and he went to Rexall Pharmacy, and he looked at what he could look at, but he wanted things that were more graphic. So he would look in people's trash cans, and he would find them. That's BS, okay? He wasn't looking at people's trash cans. He was a newspaper boy. Assuming he had 75 customers, 5 crazy customers may have said, I trust you and I'll give you an extra $5 if you'll simply take the key from under the mat and put it on the dining room table. Believe it or not, we're talking 1960. The homes did not have cameras. They did not have alarms. Sometimes the wives worked out of the home, or at least they went off to take the kids to school. If it's a typical John and Mary Doe with a boy and a girl, if they were very young, they had to go to grandma's or possibly a nursery if the wife worked. He knew who worked and who didn't work because he was the newspaper boy. Garage doors, you may shut the back door and lock it, the front door and lock it, but the sliding glass door isn't locked. If all else fails, the screen should simply be lifted out. You take a little pocket knife and just lift it out from its railing, its little pieces of like 4 pieces. You simply lift it out, and then the windows would slide open. People didn't go around and lock the windows either. Usually the windows were cracked open to get fresh air. So when Bundy says he was looking in garbage cans to find the hustler of his day, he's lying. He was going in the homes and looking at things. He would go above the closet. I just know this. Back then, if you had a family of 4, you might put the house key under the mat in the front door, just in case one of the kids forgets how to get in. Or you would put it over the door or under the mat. There were no cameras. There were no alarms. If there was a garage, the garage door might have been left open. Sometimes the door would be left open just because there was no burglaries going on. Who's going to, you didn't have nothing much. Also, there were guns. If you had a hunting rifle, it was just in the corner of the room. There wasn't safety. There weren't lockers. You just made sure it was empty. And if there was some primitive, turn it this way so it wouldn't go off, or take the, whatever it is, take the bolt retriever out and just set it in the corner. Yeah, the bolt retriever, whatever. And just set it in the corner till hunting season. And the sock drawer and underwear drawer held the handguns. So he knew these things. He was a newspaper boy. He wasn't riding around looking at trash. As a matter of fact, if you were a preacher or you were an appliance salesman at Sears, you didn't just throw your quote-unquote hustler, of course it was before hustler, but you didn't just throw them in willy-nilly into the trash barrel. No, because kids could find them that way. Even if you did use a trash can, you would have wrapped it in newspaper and wrapped it in plastic. Chances are you would have just put it in the trunk of your car and take it to the dumpster or something, because you had a certain social status and going to church on Sundays and a wife and 2 kids. And even though she knew and everybody knew, you kind of looked at, not everybody, but your wife knew, you kind of looked at Playboy or you looked at Hustler. I'm going to call it Hustler. Playboy came out earlier. I don't know what age. There were magazines, True Detective will say. There was a magazine before Hustler, and I looked it up, but I can't think of the name right now. But he was going in people's homes from his newspaper route. I have ascertained that. Some of these people were so naive. They said, well, this is speculation, of course, but I mean, obviously, he may have had 75. There may have been 5 people that actually wanted him to come in so the newspaper wouldn't be wet. Said, I'm gonna give you an extra $5 a month or $3 a trip or something if you'll put it on the kitchen table or something so it won't be wet in the afternoons or something. In summer times, he probably did a lot of stuff. He could have gone in the sliding glass doors. If everything was locked down, back in 1960, if they had a French door, you probably could just take a straight edge and push it around there and push the latch up and it would open. But like I said, you had kids, somebody left something open. You just walk around the house and something's going to be open. And he explored them homes. And I explored them. Yes, he was a thief and take transistor radios, a ring here and there, maybe a blouse. I don't know. The guy was weird. He probably looked at women's brassieres and bras and underwear. He probably looked at the rubbers they had in the drawer, and maybe if they had a diaphragm or whatever. He was looking around. He was in the house looking around at stuff and mostly looking for the magazines, take 1 or 2 from the top shelf of the closet or something. He also could have took handguns and stuff. And even if the family had a burglar, they wouldn't suspect the newspaper boy. Okay, these are my musings, and he lied. As a newspaper boy, he would have known where the keys and stuff were because he could observe everything. And I'm talking 1960. There was no ring, there was no ADT, there was no alarms for the windows. I mean, some people would even just leave the garage door open, make life, carry the groceries in. You don't need to open the door. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.